I see myself. We are officially live. We are officially live. It took a little while. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I am your host, Dr. B. This is our cultural world today. Our cultural world today. I'm just writing a little message for everyone. I just said, thank you for your patience. Please go ahead and ask questions. Well, thank you very much for your patience. We're 50 seconds into our second live show, our cultural world today. And just to give you a quick update of our cultural world, we're going to I'm going to review the major news of the week in news, politics, special cultural and ethnic groups, sports, entertainment, health, and humor. And the driving themes of our show is culture and being positive. That's right, culture and being positive. That's how my show is going to roll. And I hope you enjoy uh, along the way, make you feel concerned, but also to get your insight, get your opinion, because I want those of you who are not heard in this world to share your point of view of some of the things that I talk about and I feel passionate about in our cultural world today. Issues that I can't normally talk about on a regular basis, but I can at least present them in a cultural and positive way, the best way I can. So, and I'm not going to pretend to be politically correct. I'm just going to highlight some of the issues that normally just does or in the local news. So again, I'm just here to provide another new insight on on the issues. And now I got a little note that yes, I am officially live in our studio. So please chime in. And if you see our show posted on YouTube, please do not hesitate to like us, to subscribe. Please subscribe to my show, Cultural World Today, according to Dr. B. So, with that said, I'm 3 minutes in. Let's get to some of the news. And again, I try to be as positive as possible. But we this past week, the first week of September, this is actually September 5th. The first week, end of August, the first week of September, we were hit with some, devastating news culturally in all communities, but particularly in the African American community, when we learned that actor, and also renowned human being Chadwick Boseman passed away. Chadwick Boseman passed away. An outstanding actor who I was able to eventually know about. Didn't know the young man as much until he made the big movie Black Panther. And unfortunately, he passed away from colon cancer about a week or so ago. And it has really shocked, and he's unfortunately died at the age of 43. And matter of fact, here is not the YouTube, but the Blu-ray disc, the ultra high def Blu-ray disc that I happen to look at, purchase, because we went to the movie theater, and it was a phenomenon when Black Panther came out a few years ago. It was a phenomenon, particularly for the African American community, to have a superhero just start kicking tail. And they did it so well in a situation, and using, of course, our heritage. I say our heritage, African heritage, to show that a positive superhero can come out of Africa. And Chadwick Boseman was that superhero, leading all of his folks to beat up basically on the bad guys. So we needed that. The community and the diverse community, we needed that. And so I hate to start off with the show with bad news, but this gentleman was an outstanding actor, very community oriented, very based, very grounded. And he did a lot of different acting jobs. I started to do the backdrop on him and dig deeper into his life. And he did so many excellent pieces of work. And I saw a couple of other movies where he was the lead. Another kind of like a historical 70s movie in Vietnam that was on Netflix, and he was phenomenal in that. And then he did the movie on Jackie Robinson, the first African American baseball player to integrate Major League Baseball, and he was and all supportive of that. So again, I just want to give a quick shout out to which he may not get proper attention in the mainstream audience, but in our cultural world today, I'm recognizing Chadwick Boseman as a phenomenal role model for so many individuals, particularly African Americans in our community. So a big salute, and all the blessings and prayers goes to him and his family. And now we move on to guess what's happening politically. Now things are getting heated up. Let me just give a special say. I'm just and that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Chadwick Boseman. You will be missed. Now, moving on to that was news, but that was also entertainment. It wasn't entertainment. It was in the entertainment. Look at what's your opinion. What is your opinion about I'm not gonna say anything until I put it up there. So, what is your opinion about Kamala Harris, the Democratic Vice President candidate? Kamala Harris, the first African American woman, Indian descent woman as vice president. Vice president. She comes from and again, I didn't know much about Kamala Harris until she was in the debates against all the other Democratic candidates. And what I learned that she gave former Vice President Biden a very tough time during the Democratic debates. And now she also sliced him up during those debates. Candidate Kamala Harris. She invokes a lot of emotion from the establishment. She invokes a lot of emotion from within the Democratic Party. She's very committed. She's a lawyer. How to attack. She's very strategic. Yet, I don't get a groundswell of overwhelming support from the community. I think it's like a marker. It's nice to have an African American woman and Indian descent. And matter of fact, her parents were academicians. They taught at UC Berkeley and in California, and then she went to Howard University for school. But she was really one of those academician kids, and now she's very focused on changing communities, very strong African American issues, people of color, women issues, of course. And now, here's where's it going to go? I think it's a great opportunity to for all folks to see themselves, underrepresented folks to see themselves in Kamala Harris. She has a very feisty attitude, and she's a fighter. She does not back down. And initially, it was very exciting when she decided to run for president, and then things kind of herself a little bit. So, what do you think about that? When candidates eventually become official, now they have to temper themselves because she's vice president. She's not president. She's got to be a vice president candidate with Biden, and we're going to be voting this coming November, okay? And it's going to be interesting. It's September now, early September. What is the strategy for the Democrats to really tackle Trump and Pence in the presidential runoff, or in the vote? So there you go. It will be quite interesting, and quite frankly, I'm waiting for the debates. I know they're going to debate in October, but I can't wait for the debates for the vice presidents, Kamala Harris to go against Pence. That's going to be interesting. And then the president go against Trump, go against Biden. That's going to be interesting. So in the scheme of things, does it really matter if you whatever the vice president candidate is? It really does it come down to the vice presidents, or does it come down to the presidents? And I'm just talking about national politics. And believe me, that people kind of been sidestepping because our world has been going in so many different directions. So what is your opinion? What is going to happen? What is that? There's my question. There you go. That's what I need to say. Well, I want your opinion, because people want to be all nice, but when it comes down to politics, this is probably one of the most serious things in our country. It's really the most serious thing. People get riled up about, of course, politics, race, and one other element, but many times it's politics, race, and another element. So this is a hot button topic. So I just want to bring it up. It's like the elephant in the room as we're coming closer and closer to the presidential election. And what are the strategies? What's your opinion about the upcoming presidential debates and election? So I want to bring that up because, again, September, I'm already seeing on TV commercials on Halloween already. As soon as it becomes 1st of September, everything jumps into fall. It's Labor Day weekend, and now I'm switching gears. I'm moving on to some of the sports. It's great to. By the way, right now, sports is just blowing up on the weekend. It's a Saturday. It's September 5th. Oh my gosh! I just saw college football has started. I didn't know it was going to actually start this weekend, but some of the lower level teams has actually started. Had their games. The first game of the season, I saw it. Eastern Kentucky versus Marshall. A shout out to Marshall. 50-year anniversary, unfortunately, of the tragedy that happened in Marshall. But Marshall took the field. The fans were in the stands. That was great to see. So college football started. There's NBA basketball playoffs. There's hockey playoffs. I saw Major League Baseball is still starting to wind down, trying to get to their playoffs pretty soon. So Major League Baseball is underway. The U.S. Open is going on this weekend, and I just saw on the highlight that Serena Williams is winning her next match. So U.S. Open is happening. Last week I saw the Indy car racing. I saw, it was great car racing as well. NASCAR was going on earlier today and this weekend, but the Kentucky Derby is about ready to have the big race. And so there's a lot of sports going on this weekend. It feels like we're getting back to the new normal. So again, that's exciting for me. I love the activity, and people are just ready to get back into the flow of fall. And again, Labor Day weekend is the kickoff on fall. And now I want to kind of move on to in entertainment. Guess what just dropped this weekend in movies? I'm looking at over here. I got my other computer over here. Mulan. That's right, Mulan. The original animation has moved to real acting, real actors, real actresses. And Mulan has just been released by Disney. Live action. Mulan has just been released, and now it's streaming specially. So, and I again, the trailers look great. Let me just say this: Disney got a lot of criticism initially by why Mulan, initially a cartoon movie, an animated movie featuring one of the characters featuring Eddie Murphy in the cartoon. Now they've gone, got rid of the animation. Now it's real actors, and they put in a real spin to this, bringing it in to a real situation, so-called real situation with actors and historically, and featuring a very strong Asian as the lead. And there's no comical stuff about it. Not to downgrade comedy issues, but here it looks like in the trailers they're taking it serious, and I think it's a great move. Again, they got a lot of criticism for it. I haven't seen the movie, but the trailers look really great. I'm intrigued about how they've taken this into a more serious storylines. So Mulan is out there, a very positive to see a woman in a very strong role and leadership role and changing perceptions in the world. And that's what I want. This is a cultural impacting movie globally. And don't take it lightly, because Disney does these things to see if it truly can transcend mainstream America or mainstream other countries, whether it's the UK, whether it's mainstream Austria, whether it's mainstream Germany, whether it's mainstream Taiwan. They want to find out, does this movie, can it be transcending, and will people just connect with the storyline, regardless of it's based in, I believe the storyline is based in China. Okay, so again, this is a major global movie. So again, I'm going to pose the question to you. What is your opinion about the movie Mulan? There you go. What is your opinion about the movie Mulan? I think it's what I see in the trailer. I think it's a winner, and I'm looking forward to it. It highlights their culture, and I believe it's very positive. So, and just to let you know, that brings me to why I have my hat, my glasses, it reminds me of when I was over in Vienna, Austria, 2 years ago, and this is the hat that I bought in Vienna. Just a reminder, that hat that I bought in Vienna. This is a shirt I wore in Vienna all the time, and these are the glasses that I wore in Vienna and the UK. So again, things are going global, and I think Disney is purposely moving from the animation world, because before had another animation classic movie, and they kept it animated. But here is an animated movie which they made it with real actors. So I think let's not. I'm pretty sure. Let's not downplay this release of Mulan by Disney. And I'm not a big Disney supporter, but I think they made the right move on this one. Again, that was entertainment. Also, want to speak on health. It looks like again COVID-19 is so important to practice. You're wearing your mask and social distancing, and that is an important issue for all of us. But I see that many places, major organizations are practicing it, and now we're making it forward, and we can be preventative yet keep our institutions alive and going well, such as the universities are still having classes, still having their fall semesters. Matter of fact, many universities and colleges are at their highest, or close to their highest enrollments. It hasn't impacted the enrollments as much as they thought. Now, sometimes with the outbreak at different colleges, they have had to move all their classes online, and some colleges and universities have decided to send their students back home. But what I'm hearing nationally is that many students are still at their colleges and universities. They're providing hybrid courses, still face to face. Some are online, but they are still students are ready, and they're staying. And maybe not exactly on campus, but around campus. They still want that college experience, and I believe it is still possible. And here's one of the things that many folks have to realize, that when you're talking about college and universities and the students, these are individuals, students. They're and you got to realize when each and every one of us were in college, when you're 17, 18 to 21, 22, you want many times you want to do college types of things, and it's hard to not be in a crowd, and yet that unfortunately has happened at a number of universities. Now I believe that the students are recognizing the seriousness of this, and they're taking better measures to not have this affect their college experience. So it's a learning experience for every college and university. And like I said, I just saw college football earlier today, and it was at Marshall University, and they're playing it now at in Texas. But students are there in the stands. Fans are there in the stands. Not as many, but they're there, and they're doing preventative measures. Okay, and that's what's happening in sports, and particularly live sports. I saw in the auto racing there was actual people in the stands. Again, they're every state city is making their own decisions how many people they can have in a given sporting event. And to me, I think that's another step moving in the right direction. And the reason why I bring this up is that we just can't simply shut everything down and try to keep everybody in a bubble. We have to be real. This is the new norm. So we can't keep things down. And this is my other question. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm putting this out there, and I just said, there you go. Do we try to keep everything in a bubble or begin to get back to normal activities in regards to COVID? So there you go. I set it out there. I can see institutions, organizations, events are trying to get back to some type of normalcy. And the states are recognizing that we can do this, keep everyone safe, but we can continue to have our functions that normally happen in every season. And fall is the kickoff. Uh, Labor Day, we're experiencing, this is Labor Day weekend. We're celebrating our individuals who have, and today the average worker who works 9 to 5, more than that, and for now and in the past, because this country would not have, we would not be in the situation that we are in if it wasn't for all the really day-to-day folks who work in tough labor jobs day to day. And my parents, my relatives, I have worked, yes, I have jobs day to day. And my parents, my relatives, I have worked, yes, I have worked day to day in jobs as in jobs that you wouldn't believe, like being a janitor, being bussing tables, being working construction, and that when I did those summer jobs and working for situations, I definitely wanted to different situations. I definitely wanted to stay in academia to get to not to be not unfortunately not to have to do. I'll get around do those day-to-day intensive labor jobs. So there you go. I got that out. So my hat and my salute is to all Americans, all people around the world, all people around the world to do that, that who are skilled at your particular labor job. It's amazing. This is a thank you for all the workers around the world. Let me just say that a special. Okay, here I go. There you go. A special thank you for all the laborers. I do this show on a positive note. A thank you for all of you. And then I said, with this show, we also touch upon humor. Touch upon humor. And one of the things that captivating, because it's again, there's always, you got to realize, on the internet, it seems like it's such bad news, and you can get lost in all the bad news. But I want to end our show today on a positive, funny. It was, to me, it was funny. I saw, because of COVID, and I was just talking about COVID and health. Monopoly. Now, how many of you played Monopoly? Monopoly is a classic old school game where you go around this board, you purchase property in Monopoly, and you got to go around this square board and actually successfully go around the board, get money, or raise money, but also primarily purchase property and then receive money for those who land on your property. Well, just now, in the midst of COVID, just check this out. In the midst of COVID, Monopoly came out with a new version of Monopoly. It's called Pandemic Monopoly. Pandemic Monopoly. Can you believe it? In the midst, and here's the deal with Pandemic Monopoly is that if you in this Pandemic Monopoly game, you try to go around the square and get property as fast as possible. But here it is: if you land on certain property, and here's the stick. This is old, and it's entertainment and the old show business. They call it shtick. But if you land on a certain property, you die. You die. But and they were making a punt on that. And I said, only Monopoly could come up with something like that. And that's kind of humorous. You want to build a wealth, and they taking it over, basically over the top. It's not real, but again, it's just a matter of get your property, make as much money as possible, and take the money from your opponents. But it's this is called pandemic, where everything is under a crunch, a time, and something serious might happen to you, but it really won't. Okay, but I just thought that was kind of humorous and trying to keep things light in our COVID-19 world as we're moving to the next phase of adjusting and adapting to COVID. Here comes Monopoly with a funny game saying that you want to play pandemic Monopoly because this way a lot of folks are thinking about COVID, but let's just make it lighthearted, and that's what I thought. What will happen? See, this is what will happen after everything starts to really settle down and get back to normal. You'll have all these types of games making a pun of COVID, and this is one of them that just came out: Pandemic Monopoly. And this is one of them that just came out: Pandemic Monopoly. Pandemic Monopoly. Can you believe it? Anyone hear about pandemic? I'm just saying. Oh man, so funny. I'll get it out. Oh, it's a long. There you go. Woo! I got it out. Again, that's you never know the creativity of Americana. Always, you could tell we're as a population and as a culture, where you can tell that culture is moving to the other side. It's not as uh, life threatening anymore. We can see we're actually getting back to normal. And when you feel things are getting back to normal, you see entities making fun of what we've just gone through, and we're getting through it. So again, that's where I wanted to end our show today. I'm 34 minutes in. Wow, I've covered several different topics, from news, politics, sports, entertainment, health, and humor. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are tuning in live, and those of you who will chime in after it's posted. So please send me a like, subscribe, and we will be back. We will be back next week for our next show, our cultural world today, according to Dr. B. So thank you for your time. Peace out, folks. We out.